need to win the game.
Yes, you do, Herm. Yes, you do. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Wednesday night edition, and we are here to talk sports as we always do. I think we got a pretty good show lined up for you guys tonight. If you're here watching in the live, thank you so much for that. And if you are watching on the replay, we appreciate that as well. We're going to make it happen tonight. Transformer's not going to be joining us. Sneed got what you need will be in shortly, but in the meantime, I'm going to hold it down because you know that's what I do. Like I said, I think we've got a pretty good show tonight with some pretty interesting topics lined up. As you can see, we're going to talk some football. We're going to talk some college football, and then we are going to talk some NBA because, man, the NBA just won't go away right now. For the last few years, it seems almost like the NFL has dominated the offseason and the headlines and whatnot, but not this season. The NBA said, nope. So definitely got some interesting things lined up, and we're going to get to that. But first, you know what time it is. I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to the channel members like I always do. Coach T, a.k.a. Laker Nation. It's not that serious. Chief Sid Bubba, shout out to you. Appreciate everything you've done for our great nation, everything you do for the show. And, of course, shout out to the boys from Annapolis. Order Hunts. Baltimore Bruce was good. Steve, king of the chat. Nino, Sneed, got what you need. Number one contributor. Micah, D-Ross, 881. Red Wolf, 31. And, of course, the real Siberius. We appreciate all you guys and what you do for the chat. Thank you so much for that. What up, Sean? What's going on? Woodage, what's going on? What's going on? So, yeah, we are definitely we're gonna have some good topics tonight, but make sure you hit that like and subscribe on your way in. And as well, again, if you're watching on the replay, make sure you hit the like and subscribe as well. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're getting right into that fourth quarter. So really need your help on that. We can make it happen if you help us. So make sure you share the show, do the hype, all the stuff. All right, cool. Let's get to it. Quick hits. Keep in mind, if you have a quick hit that you would like me to address, you can either call in at the end of the quick hit segment, or you can put your quick hit in the chat, and we will get to it. All right, first quick hit, straight from the NFL. One of the big topics in the NFL last season and so on has been Shedeur Sanders and the fact that, one, he was woefully underdrafted, falling all the way to the fifth round, when realistically, if you watch what he was able to do in college and the things he was able to do, how he was able to play, so on and so forth, he was probably one of the best quarterbacks in last year's draft class. But for whatever reason, I'm not going to get into that. Some people, want to assume it's racial reasons. Some people want to assume Deion Sanders, blah, 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 whatever. Shedeur Sanders ended up dropping all the way to the fifth round, where he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Browns also drafted what's my guy's name from Dylan, man, his name is slipping me, but from Oregon, who previously played at UCF. And so they had a few quarterbacks on the roster, and of course Deshaun Watson was on the roster, and he was injured last year, so didn't get much time. So now the Browns have a new head coach, Todd Monken, former offensive coordinator at Georgia, University of Georgia, that is, and former offensive coordinator at Baltimore with the Ravens. And he is the head coach now, and he has created an environment for a legitimate quarterback battle to see who's going to be the starter. Now, my thought was coming into the season that they were going to make Deshaun Watson the starter, simply for the fact that, he's still got a bunch of guaranteed money on his deal. If we remember a few years ago, after he left Houston and all the other stuff that was going on with Deshaun Watson, Cleveland gave this guy a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. And that upset a lot of owners around the league, because the owners like to push the fallacy that, you can't pay guys because of the structure of the CBA and the salary cap in the NFL, et cetera. But if you actually go and find stuff by former Packers GM Andrew Brandt, he will tell you, and that's an NFL front office guy, that the whole thing is just BS and it's made up, and that teams, as long as they know how to work the cap properly and are creative with the way they structure contracts, they can pay guys. They can pay all of them. Just most of the owners don't want to. And that's what really is going on there. So anyway, it was my thought that because of the huge guaranteed money still left on his deal, that Deshaun Watson would be the starter and he would have to play himself out of that position. Because why? When you have a second-year guy, the runway is longer if you see maybe something you like in a Shedeur Sanders. Now, unless he totally blows away the competition in camp, you would say, okay, Deshaun Watson, you're going to be the starter. You know, at your peak, you were very, very good, you know, an all-pro level guy. I don't think he made all-pro. He was a Pro Bowler, but all-pro level guy. And you showed that you had some really special ability. Now, you haven't seen said ability since then. You haven't shown it, since then, but, you know, the ability is there. So you combine the ability with making all that money. So the thought would be, at least my thought was, okay, Deshaun Watson's going to begin the season as a starter. But nope, Todd Monken is making it a legitimate QB competition. So he has said that Deshaun Watson will start the first preseason game. Shedeur will start the second. So the point is we have a real quarterback competition brewing in Cleveland. So it's going to be interesting not only to see, okay, who comes out on top of that thing, because Monken does seem to be a big Shedeur fan, but not only who comes out on top, but no matter who comes out on top, how does that end up boding for said player during the rest of the season? Because now you have something else to think about in that this is supposed to be a very good quarterback draft coming out of college. You know, you have your Jordan Mavis from USC. You have Dante Moore from Oregon. You have CJ Carr from Notre Dame. You have Arch Manning from Texas. So you have at least 4 guys who are legitimate first round grade type guys. So Julian Sayin may come out. That could be another first round type guy. So, I mean, this is supposed to be a very good quarterback class. So is Cleveland looking at it and saying like, oh, well, you know, however this goes, even if it goes poorly, we can start this whole thing over next season in the draft with one of these young quarterbacks coming out. So should be pretty interesting. So that's my first quick hit. Todd Monken says that Deshaun Watson will start the first preseason game. Shedeur will start the second. And I'm not sure if after that second one, they'll have a guy that they are comfortable with going into the season, but we'll find out. Okay. Second quick hit. And we are going to attempt to do a standalone show about this tomorrow, but the LA Lakers sold for $12.5 billion today, only about 18 months after it previously sold for $10 billion. So twice in less than 2 years, the Lakers have set a record for sales price of a sports franchise. So that's kind of crazy. A lot of dough there. And I guess you're looking at that and you're wondering what's going on. But Mark Walters, who was the majority owner of the Lakers prior to this sale today, he had bought the team for $10 billion. He's the owner of the Dodgers and some other things, but now he is caught up in a federal case, a federal fraud case. So there's a lot of money involved in that. So he had to get out from under the Lakers. But in fairness, he sold it and he made $2 billion in like a year and a half. So, I mean, however you want to look at that is how you want to look at it. Sean says, I was mad since 9 a.m. about the news. I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at all. I'm just very interested to see how it all plays out, what this means for the on-the-court product, because as much as I hate the Lakers as a Celtics fan, the fact is the league is better when the Lakers are good, right? So I'm curious to see, okay, what's going to happen in the front office? Is Jeannie Buss going to stay a governor? Is Rod Pelinka going to stay a GM? You know, a lot of times when guys buy a franchise and come in and do their own thing, well, then the question is, okay, what happens with the people who are already there? Because a lot of times they like to do their own thing and bring in their own people. So we are really going to find out what is going on there and what will be going on with the Lakers in the future. Very, very interesting. But hey, you guys got Luka, right? Okay, next up, I believe that's me. So third of my quick hits. Check this out, y'all. How many times have you heard me say, all I have to do is sit back and wait, and I'll be proven right about LeBron again? Now, I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, all he does is talk about Bron. But, okay, that's fine. But again, I'll point to this. when I'm not talking about Bron, where are those people who say that? But that's a different thing. Anyway, how many times have y'all heard me say, all I have to do is sit back and wait, and LeBron is going to prove me right? LeBron and Clutch, Rich Paul, these guys, right? How many times have you heard me talk about how LeBron is a liar? Rich Paul is a liar. The people in the mainstream media who cape for this dude are a bunch of liars. This is really not difficult. All you have to do is listen when they talk, and they will lie. But I'm a hater. I wake up every morning hating on the black man. You know, amazingly enough, those same people who hate on black men to try and help out Bron, they're not haters waking up every morning hating on the black man. So I don't know what's going on. Sneed, got what you need. What's going on, brother? Good to see you.
What up, Bruce?
All right, all right. So I always say those guys are liars, and I always say all I have to do is sit back and wait, and I'll be proven right. And once again, I was proven right. So first and foremost, shout out to my guy Paul from the basketball show. I saw his show this morning, and he put me onto this topic, and I kind of went and looked at it, and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. So many people who sit on quote unquote my side of the table, right, at dog, my side of the table, many people who sit over here point to the fact that LeBron has systematically shirked competition by forming and joining super teams, right? And, you know, lots of people on the quote unquote other side of the table say, oh, he didn't go on super teams. And LeBron says he's never been on a super team. Could you believe that? Anyway, let's play a couple of clips, shall we? So this one is LeBron first, because y'all know I'm petty and I like to show the evidence. Although I don't know how showing the evidence is petty. I think that's just thorough. But anyway, let's listen to LeBron James and his thoughts on super teams, shall we?
Hey, LeBron, Eric Pincus, Basketball Insiders. You've been a part of two super teams, the one you have here, the one you had in Miami. Looking at what the Cavaliers, rather the Golden State Warriors have done, are you still a fan of the concept? Do you think it's a good thing for the NBA to build these teams, how they brought in Kevin? And you get what I'm asking?
No, not really. I don't believe I've played for a super team. I don't believe in that. Okay. I believe we're a super team here. So no, I don't. You guys want one more question before I leave and not see you guys for a long time?
Can I say something to that, Bruce?
Of course, Nate.
If you watch it again, and it's so simple, where are his eyes? He can't even face the person he's speaking to because he's a damn liar. Like, it's the simplest body language. This one's easy. You don't have to be a psychologist, psychiatrist.
Right.
You don't even have to be a great reader of people. That one's easy. He can't even stare at the guy. And then what does he do? Dismiss. He can't even face it. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Yeah. So LeBron just told us that he doesn't believe in super teams. He's never played on a super. Okay, let's say we believe that for the sake of argument. We believe that. Okay. Now, one of the things I love to do is point out when we get the truth from people close to LeBron, LeBron's friends, LeBron's teammates, you know, the kind of people Jalen Rose talked about that are all over the media, former teammates. So interestingly enough, here's some commentary from his former teammate in Cleveland, Kevin Love. Let's hear what Kevin Love had to say.
Who's the one player that you like more, you know, you're checking in, you get on the court, and then you actually see him, and it was like actually the biggest response you had, whether it was something funny, an inside joke because you remember being at a camp, or whether it was Kobe and you're like, fuck, this is actually Kobe.
It's Kobe.
Not
100%.
Yeah.
Kobe. Because there's just, and this is no disrespect to Bron, because he brings them out too. And there's that energy in the gym. You're getting everybody's best game.
Yeah.
Your whole mindset shifts too when you get on a team like that. I mean, we were a super team, and we were a team that was expected to go to the finals, expected to have the potential to win a championship.
So, what? They were Kevin Love, LeBron's teammate in Cleveland, said they were a what? A super team. So I just wanted to take this quick hit to show that once again, all we have to do is sit back and wait, because if these dudes are talking, these dudes are lying. And LeBron lying again. This is beautiful. And here we go. Ed Dog with his wonderful feminine movements. Wait a damn moment. We saw other players lie. Who is talking about other players? We're talking about LeBron James here. Why are we doing the whataboutism? What is that? Somebody help me out. This makes no sense. And Woodage, let me respond to this. Woodage says, Pierce, KG, and Allen are happy that LeBron is taking the blame for super teams. Except Ray Allen got traded to Boston. Here we go again. And KG got traded to Boston. Here we go again. Oh, and by the way, remember, a super team is 3 superstars or more in their prime, right? So Ray Allen, at the time he got traded to Boston, was going into year 12. Paul Pierce going into year 10. Kevin Garnett going into year 13. So I don't think that's quite the same. I'm just saying.
Bruce, would you say all of them on the back 9?
Yes. Oh, yes. And think about it, right? All of those guys did it the right way first, right? So it's one thing, like, if you playing years and years and years, can't get over the hump where you are, then you get traded somewhere like, okay, like it's not quite the same as, you're at your peak prime. Now, granted, LeBron's peak prime has been longer than anyone else's, so respect due for that. But it's very interesting how that works. Anyway, the point is, as usual, we caught LeBron lying. Yeah, that's a good point, Love and Aries. So first, Kevin Love says Kobe, and then of course he said, well, no disrespect to Bron. Why do they always have to do that? It's like they have to be careful that they don't hurt his feelings. Like, you ever notice that? It's always they got to make sure that they, like, come on, man. But it is what it is. But okay, so that is my other quick hit. And did I have one more? No. Todd Monken, LeBron caught lying, and Lakers sold for $12.5 billion.
Turn the Todd Monken quick take into one statement.
Todd Monken is running a QB competition the way he should. It's a real quarterback competition in Cleveland. That's what I think.
Solid.
Yeah. All right. Sneed, did you have a quick hit or no? All right, cool. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's take it to the first topic. All right. So we knew that we had another QB competition kind of brewing in Minnesota, and that was between Kyler Murray, who the Vikings brought in this offseason, and JJ McCarthy, who they drafted, I think, 10th overall 3 years ago. And all right, hold on. Let's take this call. My bad. Good evening, sir. How can I help you?
Good evening, Sneed.
What up, Eddie?
Good evening, Bruce Hope.
Good evening.
Let me first say this here, sir. I love the fact that I get mentioned, a good shout out, even though I know it's coming from a disingenuous place in your heart, to verbal attack me and call me a liar.
Wait, when did I hold on? Did I call you a liar today?
You call me, sir. I have the proof in my phone. With that being said.
Oh, I thought you meant on the show. Okay. Probably did call you a liar. I mean, when you lie, that's what happens. But go ahead.
Sir, can I please finish?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ed Dog. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Now, let's keep going. Let me give you a special shout out to the short clip you did on the Man Down Sports. It was very popular. It was tremendous work that you did, sir. You had the Honey Glazers agreeing with you and everything like that. So it was very special. Even though, Yeah, even though now people want to wait until you have certain topics to come into the chat. But hey, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I've been shooting with you out, you know, in the gym. I don't just come in when it's just certain he who shall not be named. But anyway, my quick hit is this, Bruce. Let's go to the NFL with the Deshaun Watson contract.
Okay.
If this does not pays out, would you say this contract with the Cleveland Browns gave him is it worse than the Jamarcus Russell contract?
Yeah, it is. It
Really?
is. Because you could, you know, clearly Jamarcus Russell, the Raiders were able to get out from under that fairly quickly, right? And you're talking about $230 million fully guaranteed that you're stuck with. Even if you cut him, the salary cap hit is like super punitive, and you got to continue to pay that out. And it's not even like he's been on the field and he's just been bad. When he's been on the field, he's been bad, and he's had a ton of injuries. And you had the first year of the suspension. So you have gotten nowhere near what you thought you were going to get and what you saw in Houston from Deshaun Watson for a whole bunch of money. Go ahead, Snake.
And a final reminder, they collected on the insurance policy last year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
It's over.
I'm just saying, like, man, you know, Jamarcus. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. Would you say Jamarcus Russell is a bust or Deshaun Watson is a bust?
No, Deshaun Watson's not a bust. We saw him playing at an almost all-pro level when he was in Houston. He was really good down there. So, not a bust.
Absolutely.
Jamarcus Russell,
say,
terrible.
Yeah, but he's a bust.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. You agree with that too, Sneed?
Yes, because Deshaun Watson was an all-pro talent at one point in his career, but his personal life, his injuries, and I guess a slave to his own success, didn't know how to recapture it. You know, so at least he had it at one point. Right? He was an all-pro at one point.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. And Jamarcus Russell, he wasn't nothing. I mean, I just know he was just on that lean. That was it. No, I mean, spent all that money on lean. And Bruce, if you don't know what lean is, that means codeine, like cough syrup. I mean, I'm just saying, Bruce, if you didn't know, you know, I know you don't listen to Southern rap that much, but anyway, regardless. And also, so Bruce, with you showing these clips of, especially short clips, do you think that this will jeopardize LeBron's career and him and Kevin Love will not be friends anymore?
No, that wasn't the point. That had nothing to do.
Well, so okay then. So there's no point where you just play what you just played though. But
clearly you missed the point. But let's go on. Matter of fact, so as usual, you know, missing the point, but that's okay. My question for you is this, Ed Dog.
Did he change my shoes, sir? Because I already know when he said missing the point.
I think they're J's, aren't they?
Nah, I didn't change anything.
Oh, okay then. So that don't mean nothing.
That's not what's important. Anyway, Ed Dog, hold on before you go. Hold on. Before you go, I need to ask you something. I need all the people to hear this. I wanna make sure that we understand. I want to make sure we understand. So, according to Ed Dog, if you agree with someone, you're honey glazing and pouring honey. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. I'll remember. You heard that, right, Sneed? Everybody in the chat heard that.
Hey,
so if you agree with somebody, you're honey glazing and pouring honey.
But guess what, Bruce? At the end of the day, I was shooting with you in the gym.
That's not relevant. It's not relevant.
It is relevant. No. It is relevant.
All right, but let's move right along. Thank you for the call, Ed Dog. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you be you. Yeah, water.
Yeah. Water.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's get to that first topic. All right. Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy has been one of the big quarterback battles in camp this year in the NFL. Maybe you have Shedeur and Deshaun, which we mentioned, Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy, which I think is pivotal in such a tough division as the NFC North. Down in the NFC South, you have Michael Penix Jr. and Tua Tagovailoa. they're going for it in terms of who's going to be the starter there, especially with a new coaching staff and all that. So that could be pretty interesting. So anyway, I think that they brought in Kyler Murray. They drafted J.J. McCarthy, I think, like I said, 9th or 10th a couple of years ago. So I was just looking up some stuff. So coming out of college, there was a lot of scouts and front office people weren't exactly sure where to land on J.J. McCarthy, right? One thing you knew, he was a winner in college, 27-1 as a starter, like 67% completion guy, mobile as a quarterback, relatively strong arm, which you have to play in that part of the Big Ten, right? It gets windy, it gets cold. You got to be able to deliver the ball. But people also pushed back because Michigan was such a run-heavy, defense-oriented team. He wasn't often asked to carry the team in the passing game. I think he's had very few 30 passing attempt games in college. So people were looking at it and they were saying, okay, he knows how to play under center. He knows how to run a pro-style offense because Jim Harbaugh. So he knows these things. He does have some physical traits. He's got a pretty live arm. He's got above average mobility. They say he's a smart kid, kind of something of a leader. So he ends up going high, which was surprising to me. That was a lot higher than I thought. I thought he was going to be like a 3rd rounder because you didn't really see enough in college.
Typically, Bruce, that quarterback with that profile, that college resume, because they ran the ball so heavily and they didn't ask him to win games. They didn't ask him to win games. They won the games. He managed the games. Quarterbacks like that don't typically get taken in the 1st round. They get taken in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Exactly.
2nd, if you think they have high upside. 3rd, if he's drafted where he belongs. Like, this guy was averaging 21 attempts a game.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that the only thing you could say, and obviously you wouldn't know it at the time, but when you saw Michigan the following season, the year after he left, they were really, really poor converting on 3rd and long situations. When he was there, he would make those throws with regularity. They would convert 3rd and long situations very well when he was there. So, but he's now in the NFL. He's been in the NFL for a couple of years. The first year, obviously, he dealt with injuries, and last year he was kind of nicked up as well. Last year, his record was 6-4, so a winning record, but only completed about 57.5% of his passes. I think
he's the reason they were only 6-4.
Yeah. I think like 11 touchdowns and 12 picks. So really not great numbers. Now, in fairness, young quarterbacks, they're going to throw picks. Like, that's just kind of one of those things that happens. But when you look at 11 touchdowns and 12 picks, especially in an era and a league where it's much easier for quarterbacks to have success, young quarterbacks as well, than it's ever been before, you're kind of discouraged. And in fairness, you're also watching Sam Darnold out west win a Super Bowl, and you're saying, okay, we let Sam Darnold go because we thought this was the guy, and this is not the guy. Now, if we are also objective and honest about Sam Darnold, great year in Minnesota, the one season, right, cool. He wanted more money than they were willing to give him. Why? Because great year, they win 14 games, but the game to sew up the number 1 overall seed, he wets the bed. Then the first game in the playoff, he wets the bed again. So they're like, yeah, when the rubber meets the road, we can't pay this guy the type of money that he's looking for. Now, he goes out to Seattle, incredible defense, right? But one of the best defenses probably in the last couple of decades, really, really outstanding up there. So, and then, of course, JSN, Go Bucks, just went crazy. So, he had some Kenneth Walker III running the football really well. He definitely had some things in place that maybe he didn't quite have in place the same way when he was in Minnesota, right? So all that helped. But this is not about Sam Darnold. This is about the point that the Vikings were confident enough in J.J. McCarthy that they were willing to let Sam Darnold walk instead of paying him what he wanted to get paid, because they said, okay, we got this guy. He's been in our system for a year. He's healthy now. We watched him win in college. We drafted him high. We think he can be the guy. No, he was not the guy. He was not the guy. So they bring in Kyler Murray, which I think also was a smart move because Arizona is paying most of his salary this year. So I think they only had to pay him like $1 or $2 million, them being Minnesota. So that is a very good situation for them to be in. And we also know Kyler Murray, since his college days, we know he's an elite athlete. I think the only player ever to be drafted number 1 overall in football and baseball. So elite athlete on that front. We know he's got a whip, he's got the cannon. We know he's extremely mobile. His biggest problem is his size and inability to really see. And so bringing him in, there was some quarterback, not controversy, but quarterback competition. But I think you and I talked about this, Snead, was this desire that Kevin O'Connell, who is a very good coach of quarterbacks, this desire that he has for Kyler Murray to play under center. So that should be interesting, being that Kyler has played, he's played in the gun since he's been in high school. So, and one of the things we talked about was Kevin O'Connell's going to have to draw up some stuff, some boots, some waggles, move the pocket, get Kyler in a position where he can really see. Because at 5'9" in the league, and you got all these old linemen in front of you that are like 6'3", 6'5", 330, it's really hard to see. But Minnesota names Kyler Murray QB1. So my question for you, Snead, I know I've been talking for a minute. My question for you: do you think they keep JJ McCarthy? Or do you think they give him as many preseason reps as possible to see what they can get for him on the trade market?
I think you have to keep him and training in your system. You don't have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray is unreliable in health. You actually have to continue to prune JJ McCarthy as a potential player to come in and play games. Bruce, Kyler Murray can get knocked out any game.
That's a great point.
I wouldn't be so fast to move on. I would continue to play the progression game and hope that he continues to get quality reps.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that means he's on the bench watching Kyler Murray,
Mm-hmm.
still learning, still developing. He's going to get another chance.
Mm-hmm.
I promise. And that's not me wishing ill or harm onto Kyler Murray. I just know the sport.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as a sure thing. Joe Burrow gets knocked out the first 2-3 weeks last year.
Yeah.
And that ruined the whole thing
for
the Bengals. So I think they should just continue to just develop J.J. McCarthy for the time being. There's going to come a point where they're going to need his services. And should an advantageous opportunity come up at a later time, they can address it in terms of a roster decision.
I think that's a good point, too, because another thing just occurred to me. Kyler Murray in his contract, he has a no franchise clause.
So let's no franchise tag?
Yeah, they can't franchise him. So let's say he has a really good year this year.
Then they would either have to pay him or he's walking.
There you go. Yeah. They can't franchise him. So, yeah, maybe you do need to keep McCarthy because now another year in the system, right? Opportunity to continue to work, continue to study the film, continue to, at the least get reps in where you can. They might have to.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering why quarterbacks get paid, it's stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
A competent quarterback demands $40-50 million a year.
Yeah, just ask Baker, right?
that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. So now the question becomes, okay, Kyler Murray is QB1. Justin Jefferson, one of the top 3 receivers in the league by most people's estimation. You have probably the best number 2 in the league in Jordan Addison. You have a very good tight end in TJ Hawkinson. You don't have a big name running back, but you can run the ball. And you have an elite defensive coordinator, not necessarily an elite defense, but a defense that can play very well at times under Brian Flores. So if you're Kyler Murray, this is the best situation you've been in as a pro. So now
that is the proper assessment. That's correct.
Yeah. So the AFC North is a little more. It's more
very competitive.
Yes.
The worst team in the AFC North is a good team. It's a good NFL team.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be competitive. They're going to play hard. The Bears are going to be good. The Lions will be good.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers will be good. That's a tough division. There's very little wiggle room. It's, you could be 4 games below 500 and, lose 3 out of 4 by a margin of like 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
losing on field goals and whatnot. It's gonna be some tough games in that division, Bruce.
I think that's the best division in football.
Yeah.
All those teams are good. Like there's no bad team in that division.
Somebody's gonna have a losing record.
I guess they have to,
and,
right?
And it's gonna be a good team, and you're just gonna be like, well, damn, we watch them each week, and they're in these games,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the NFC West, obviously, the Niners, as you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, have been decimated by injuries already, even though they're a good team. So, of course, you have the two of the Super Bowl favorites, right? Seahawks and the Rams. But then the Cardinals, they might not be.
See, that's the way I look at a division. You could look at a division as it's very deep, as in all four teams are ultra competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could say, well, three actually are competing for playoff spots and positions within the playoffs. The Seahawks want to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams want to win the division and the conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Niners, if they were healthy, I'd say they're going to compete for the division.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're probably looking more like at a wild card if they don't get these guys back for at least half the year. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah, to me, that's the best division because under normal circumstances, those three teams are like top three teams out of the 4 or 5 you expect to the NFC Championship.
Right. Yeah, no.
How many of the NFC North do you expect to get to the NFC Championship?
I do think the Bears will regress. I think a healthy Micah and
makes the Packers a possibility, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So I'm with you there, but for the NFC West, the Seahawks are going to be fierce competitors.
Yeah.
The Rams are favorites to get to the NFC Championship with health.
And don't let Aaron Donald come back. Jeez.
Right. That's remember we had that conversation on who's the best. Like that's how I looked at it, Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kyler Murray is QB1. Very interesting to see what he does. If I'm him, I'm like, man, listen, I got a chance to make some real money here and maybe even make a run. There's a lot of weapons.
If he averages 1 pick a week, they're going to win games. 1 pick. If he keeps his turnovers down, they will be in these games, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much talent on that side of the ball. They will score points.
Oh, yeah.
And the defense is good enough to get him the possession back. So he just has to be smart, reduce the foolish backyard football stuff we used to see in Arizona, where he's getting blitzed and he just throws it out there, no.
Yeah. And Arizona, they might not be worried either because, again, quarterback class, and they might be saying, hey, if we suck, we'll grab one of these guys.
Who's their guy right now?
It's Jacoby Brissett and Carson Beck. I don't think either one. Exactly. Right.
Sheesh. Might as well be the Cleveland QB room.
Pretty bad. Meanwhile, if you're bad enough, you could have an Arch Manning, you could have a CJ Carr, you could have a Julian Sane, you could have a Dante Moore. Like every one of those guys is better than the guys they have. So
yeah.
Woodage says Bruce doesn't want Donald to come back, so the Rams don't surpass 2,000 Ravens as the greatest defense ever. They won't, man. They won't. Come on, man. The Ravens had 6 shutouts that year, knocked out a ton of quarterbacks, went about a year and a half without allowing a 100-yard rusher, and allowed 168 points over 16 games.
Was that the year they were averaging 13 points on scoring defense?
No, they averaged 10 and change that year.
No, they were scoring 13 points a game on defense.
I don't think it was that year.
There was one year they were returning interceptions for TDs all the time, and
it
was just ferocious.
Hey, man, look, yeah. And that's why, even though the Rams defense will be insane if Aaron Donald comes back, it's going to be insane anyway, but it'll be even better if he comes back, but they won't be better than the Ravens.
Well, the Ravens defense had levels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would say that the Rams, while the secondary is good and the linebacker core is good, the defensive line would be the ultimate linchpin of that defense. They would be very disruptive.
Yeah. And the only thing, and this is not a Ravens discussion, but what you got to look at with the Ravens was that offense was poor and the defense was good enough to overcome it and win a Super Bowl. That can't happen in the modern day.
I'm telling you, bro. One of those years, they were scoring points on defense, and I drafted them in my fantasy league. I was winning weeks with the Ravens, Bruce.
Right. Yeah,
that's like 28. I was getting like 28 points, 33 points from the Ravens defense, bro. It was crazy. And if you drafted, what was the kicker's name? What was his name?
Not Tucker. Who was the kicker before?
Because their offense used to sputter.
Yeah.
So they were kicking field goals.
Yeah, they're kicking a lot of
Bulger.
I can't remember.
Whoever it was field goals all day. It'd be like,
what is he talking about?
Stovall? Is that what his name was?
Stovall? Might be. Okay. Might be.
Playoff Sammy is a better QB than Trent.
Okay. All right. Let's move right along. Let's go ahead and let's open up the phone lines. 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. What do you guys think of Kyler Murray being named quarterback 1 in Minnesota? What do you think is going to end up happening to JJ McCarthy? We want to hear from you.
It's kind of a no man's land, I guess. But he will have his chance to play.
I suppose so.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see him get a second chance midseason? He starts playing well, and they're like, I don't know about bringing in Kyler Murray so fast.
Yeah, could be interesting. How can I help you, that dog?
Yes, I'm back.
What's up, Eddie?
Yes, sir. So with Kyler Murray, look, man, I really want him to prove the doubters wrong. I mean, he got a cannon of an arm, pause. I mean, hey, but for him, for all the stuff they said about him in Arizona, he got to prove it. He got to come with it this season. Put the Call of Duty down, watch film, and we need Justin Jefferson to look like what he was 2 years ago with a elite quarterback. Because he want to get these yards.
What elite quarterback? Who is that?
I mean, he was a good quarterback. We know who I'm talking about.
You just said elite quarterback. Who is that?
I mean, he was, sir.
Who is he?
Finish. We got to keep going.
You just said elite quarterback. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Sir. Justin Jefferson, the last quarterback he played with, sir, was a good quarterback. Let me rephrase.
Okay. All right. Glad you rephrased.
Quarterback. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I want him to get those yards again, make him like he's that guy. Because he is that guy. Justin Jefferson is that dude. But I think they would. Now, don't get me wrong. They still got to go through Green Bay. Nate, I'm very disappointed in you, team hopping, but regardless. They got to go through Chicago. Now, Chicago, I don't think they're going to be that good. Now, they will finish second in their division because they did lost a key player, Kobe Bryant. He's out for 4 to 6 months with a knee in. He's going to have knee surgery. So what y'all think they recommend? They got to for him to get a contract. Do they at least need to win at least about 9 games?
I mean, for him to get another contract, it would depend more on what happens with JJ McCarthy or a draft. Like they get a guy, right? Because that's what everything in the NFL is predicated around. Who else is there, and who are they bringing in? If you're not the guy, that means someone else is. So his competition right now is JJ McCarthy and some imaginary drafted player next year in the offseason. It's his job to win.
Yeah, for Kyler Murray or
for Kyler Murray.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you on that. 100% agree. It is for the take. I mean, hey, he got the weapons. So then plus this crap they said when he was in Arizona when he said he's the guy and y'all need to follow me and all that kind of stuff. Look, man, hey, you had your thing. I think they had that one good season when they went, 11 and something? How many games they won that year?
Yeah, I think it was 11.
Yeah.
And they went to the playoffs, but they lost the first game against the Rams.
Yeah. That's when they had D-Hop and him and D-Hop had they little disagreements. So, but, hey, you got another key player. You got Justin Jefferson. They call him Jetta. He's starving. He's starving for that greatness because he ain't seen it in 2 years. Yeah. And he shall not be named. But Bruce, have you been watching the Hard Knocks? Speaking of that, have you been watching?
No.
You should
What
watch.
team is it?
Very good.
The Seahawks.
Speak up, Bruce. We couldn't hear you in the back. Speak up.
The Seahawks.
There you go.
What's good about it, Eddie?
I mean, it's good. It's showing it's showing who his playoff Sammy is, who his other players.
So wait, real quick before we move on, Ed Dog, and thank you for the call. Would what you're doing right now be considered honey glazing?
Sir, we have to get the show rolling.
Oh, okay.
We see what you're doing.
All right.
You have this is why I call you you are very petty and disingenuous. Let's get the license and everything subscriber for this dude that's on the phone. Okay.
Thank you for the call.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. I don't like him, Sneak, but okay.
Do you see how Ed Dog treats me?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. This is how Ed Dog treats me. I'm gonna tell
you guys really have to work this out. You really got to work this out.
I'm telling Transformer. Oh man. All right, guys. Let's move along. This is from my guy Sneed. Got what you need. I like this topic. Kyle Whittingham is a very good coach. He has really, throughout his career as a head coach, he spent a lot of time at Utah, almost 20 years, I believe. And he had that team competitive, in the world of college football. They clearly, didn't get the top recruits and all those things, but he really had that team competitive. You could see they were kind of offense line, D-line driven program, ran the football extremely well, which is to me why I believe they're a very good fit, why he, was a very good fit at Michigan. But I'll let you go in a second, Sneed. He made a comment that was very interesting at Big Ten Media Days. And this is why I'm saying Kyle Whittingham doesn't get it. And to quote Ed Dog, Kyle Whittingham is very disingenuous, and I'll tell you why. But let's play the clip, and then I want to hear from Sneed. Got what you need, because he's my Buckeye guy. I want to hear this.
The last couple of years of the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry seem to be defined by personal animosity between the head coaches. Is there a place for that in a rivalry, or what's it defines as a rivalry?
I don't know what that dynamic was. I know that I thought Ryan was a pretty good guy when I met with him, or not met with him, but interacted with him in the Rose Bowl. And based on what, again, Urban has told me about him, I just think that a rivalry can be intense and emotional without the hatred factor of it. I don't think there's any place for that personally. I think Ryan Day's a good person, and to sit here and say I hate Ryan Day, I'd be making crap up, because that's not true.
So for those of you guys who may not have heard, that was the sound from Big Ten Media Days, and the reporter basically asked him about, the hatred and the vitriol in the Ohio State Michigan rivalry and kind of what he thought about that. And you heard his response. So Sneed, the floor is yours, and then I have some interesting thoughts on that.
Two possible outcomes for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's either full of shit or he's scared.
Oh, okay.
He is probably a little bit unsure as to whether or not he can beat Ohio State.
Okay.
I think that's in there. I think he's also trying to play nice politics.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to seem like he's coming into this and he hasn't been a part of it before. Is he from Michigan, Bruce?
I don't know. That's a great question.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
Because when guys are from Michigan, guess what they get to do when they show up as a coach?
Yeah.
They get to act like players because they were once players.
Mm-hmm.
What can we say about Jim Harbaugh?
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Where did Jim Harbaugh coach, Bruce?
He coached at Michigan.
And where did he play football, Bruce?
He played for Michigan.
So how does he talk about Ohio State?
I think his dad was Michigan staff too. Like he
Yes.
understands, you know. He
So
knows
what did he
that
say?
is.
They
Yeah.
can go to hell. I
Mhm.
hate them. They suck.
Right,
They're the
right.
team, you know, from there and all this, because it's like in them.
Mhm.
Bruce, did I ever tell you the story? I used to work at a fueling station in college,
Okay.
and I was the guy who worked for one of the distributors for the business would come in and do an order and I was just there. So he's
Mhm.
doing inventory. I'm wearing an Ohio State hoodie. I'm watching the game.
Right.
He's wearing a Michigan hoodie, and he walks in
Mhm.
to do this order. And I was like, oh man, a Michigan guy, right? I'm clowning a little bit, just joking.
Yeah.
He goes crazy. Went off the handle. Cursed me up and down.
Oh.
Went nuts. Haywire. Guess what I did? Hello. I got your boy over here cursing me out. He's screaming at me
Wow.
on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Got fired on the spot.
Right.
I said, how does that feel? He said, I don't care. He lost his job over his Michigan fanism.
These rivalry things are real, man.
Tell me that's not sick.
It is.
And he was willing to do that. So I'm sharing that with you guys because that's what this is.
That's what this is.
I'm very much a big Ohio State fan.
Mhm.
I won't lose my job for Ohio State football.
Yeah.
I have a family to feed. I'm not silly, stupid, or dense.
Right.
So, but that's the kind of stuff. Like Bruce, all I said was, bro, you got puke on your shirt. Like he couldn't because of the M, you know, like he couldn't handle that and he went crazy. That's this rivalry, Bruce. So when this guy comes in and says these things, my concern is this. A, he doesn't believe that he could beat Ohio State. B, his fans probably wanted to hear him have a little bit more venom for Ohio State. What do you think, Bruce?
No, I do think that. But here's the interesting part. When he says, I don't think that there's a place for that. Remember I said he's disingenuous? Why is he disingenuous? This guy coached for almost 2 decades at Utah. The
Utah's got rivals.
The Utah BYU rivalry. See, it doesn't get a lot of attention out here in the East
because they're a little smaller and it's a little bit, you know, it's not one of the big coastal teams or
correct. But those two really hate each other. So I don't know why he's acting as if he doesn't understand what hatred in a college rivalry is.
What kind of school is BYU, Bruce?
BYU is a Mormon school. And Utah has a lot of Mormons too, but
Utah's a little more progressive, right?
I think so. Yeah. They call Utah versus BYU, they call it the Holy War. Like this thing is no joke. In 1999, a BYU fan attacked a Utah cheerleader. After a Utah touchdown in Provo, BYU fan Brandon Perry jumped from the stands, ran onto the field, and tackled Utah cheerleader William Prittis from behind while Prittis carried a Utah flag. Prittis responded by punching him repeatedly. Perry was detained and later banned from BYU's campus. This is why I say that Kyle Whittingham was being disingenuous. He understands what hatred in these rivalries.
If he wins that Ohio State game in November, he will be so excited and happy. He'll want to jump out of his own skin.
Yes.
Because that would be the launching point for his career at Michigan. You know, if you beat Ohio State as a Michigan coach your first year, you have just earned 5 years at Michigan.
Yes, you have.
Because they'll let next year slide, they'll let the following year slide, and then they'll start looking at you the fourth year.
Think about it. Sharon Moore, you know, he beat Ohio State when he was filling
Ohio
in
State was headed to a national championship.
Right. So he beat them when he was filling in for Harbaugh. Then he beat them again the following year. Those 2 wins got him enough runway that the only thing that got him fired was that case where he ran up in Shorty's house. So
with the cooking knife,
the butter. So to your point, when you win those games, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing on the Ohio State side, right? Because in the Michigan weight room, it says, I think above the door, what have you done to beat Ohio State today? Like this is a real thing. You know, so
It's juvenile. It's
but we love it.
It's like kids, but that's the sport.
Yes, but we love it. Like, because think about it. There's not a maybe if you're from the deep South, Alabama, Auburn, or maybe Texas A&M or something. Texas, Oklahoma, that's another big one. Obviously, Notre Dame, USC intersectional rivalry.
To show you how bad this is, Bruce.
USC got cowardly and ran away from it. What's up, Nate?
To show you how bad these rivalries are, they can't start the games on time.
Right.
Because they start fighting.
Yeah.
The first 10 plays have to get broken up every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I tell you it's juvenile and there's so much venom, you could probably smell it.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing.
The hate, and cut it with a knife in the air. It's so thick, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And Bruce, like it's not even over when it's over. They won't even leave because they don't want you touching a blade of grass after you beat them.
Right.
Like they can't live with themselves after they lose. It probably takes weeks for them to decompress after a loss.
Yeah, college football is different, man. It is really different.
I think the fans wanted a different comment, Bruce. I think the Michigan faithful wanted a different comment.
So he doesn't have to act like he's from Michigan. All he would have to say is, when you come here and you take this job, you understand the depth and the seriousness of this rivalry with that other school. Don't say the name, with that other school. They won't say your name. Don't say theirs, and you say something like that. And you say, you embrace that because that is a huge part. Of course, we play for championships here, but beating our rival, that's like breathing air. You say something like that and they're going to love you. You're not necessarily advocating for hatred or violence, but you got to say, like, I don't understand how these people can really not, all these years in front of the camera, the microphone, they don't know how to talk. It's weird.
Whenever reporters ask questions that are set up as traps, I think the best thing to do is to ask them questions back.
Right.
If it's a trap question, I would say, do you think there's hatred?
Right.
And if they say, yeah, I think there's hatred, be like, I agree. Seems like it to me. These people seem like they hate each other, don't they?
Right.
And I would say some of the things that I said earlier about the physical, violent nature of these interactions 24/7.
Right. Right.
I don't know. You don't want to come off as disingenuous.
No.
You don't want to come off as like right now he kind of looks like he's playing nice. I don't think there's room for playing nice in this rivalry.
There really isn't. And again, all you have to say is, obviously I'm not originally from this part of the country. I wasn't born and raised here. I'm from California, but I do know something about a vitriolic rivalry, having coached down in Utah against BYU for many years.
So it's that times 100.
Right. That's all you have to say. Like, I'm not trying to compare the two, but I know how serious rivalries can get. And this is the real deal. And when you come here as the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, you embrace that. That's all.
Do you know what Woody Hayes did to that player on the sideline, Bruce?
Is that when he grabbed him and
he swung on him, bro?
Oh yeah.
He was running down the sideline, bro. He swung on a player, bro. This is insanity. They weren't even making money for real back then, bro. These people.
No, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and you got to love it. Like that's part and parcel,
so
man.
Is there hate? This guy is there hate?
Yes. Yes. And I
watched the guy get fired for no reason because of the hate. He lost his salary, bro.
Yeah. Because he couldn't behave himself.
All because I said, bro, you got puke on your shirt.
So I didn't even know this, right? Well, I knew that Michigan and Notre Dame, they have a rivalry as well. And apparently, my guy John Kennedy, he was telling me that he saw Michigan fans like urinating on Newt Rockney's grave. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of
substance abuse.
Something isn't right. Something isn't right. Like, why would you do that?
Substance abuse.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's open up the phone lines, get some thoughts from our college football fans here about rivalry and whether Kyle Whittingham gets it, or if, to Sneed's point, is he just kind of trying to say the right thing and, not take it too far? 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. What are your thoughts? Do you think Kyle Whittingham doesn't get it, or do you think he's just trying to say the right thing? Because like
who's
I
not
said,
happy, Bruce?
Who's that?
The fans ain't happy. The AD ain't happy. The
Right.
boosters ain't happy.
Yeah.
Like, they're not mad at him. They're just disappointed at his choice of words.
Right.
They would have liked to sound a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. You got to embrace it. That's all. You got to let them know when you come here to Ann Arbor, you feel it. You know what this is. And you can even flip it and say, just as I would imagine if you go to coach Ohio State or, the other school, however you want to say it, just as I would imagine when you go to coach that other school, they probably feel the exact same way as we do here.
You know what I would have said, bro?
What's that?
They hate us.
Right.
We're supposed to hug them.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty simple. I like that. Yeah.
They punch us in the mouth.
Right. We're not turning the other cheek here. We're punching them back.
A wise man once said, if you shoot my dog, I'm going to kill your cat. You know what I'm saying?
And then Pete is coming for you because you're an animal abuser. Coach T, what's up, man?
Wow, man. I better hope Peter don't watch your show.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're going to come for you.
Yeah,
hey, free publicity.
I know, right?
Nah, man, screw that. You the head. I'm going to use me as an example because I coach.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me a question about my rival. I'm going to say,
Wait, Coach T, what ages are you coaching?
I hate them.
Coach T, what ages are you coaching?
I coach middle school.
You guys already have like crazy rivals like that?
Hell yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You asked me, for example, Bruce is gonna feel like I'm taking shots at Notre Dame. But
I mean, if I was you, I would too, because that's all you can do. You can't be.
You asked me a question about Notre Dame. I'm going to say I hate them. You're gonna beat them this year. Give them that belt.
Well, had you not run away from
you'd have that opportunity.
Hey, we already had this conversation.
We did, and I recently rewatched that show. You didn't do a good job defending your school, bro.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
But that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna say that because you're a Notre Dame guy.
I'm just saying,
You're a Notre Dame guy.
Hey, man,
But I told you, and I meant it. I ain't gonna take this USC shot. I'm laying down no more.
Look, man. Whenever y'all come back and take some more of these, boots to, then that's recent. I told you on the show. I'll give you that. Yeah.
That was recent. But who won the Natty sooner?
We gotta wait for, bro. 2030.
Yeah, 2030.
That's a damn shame.
It is.
Yeah, but the truth is, they only ran back. They ran back to us because Indiana didn't want to play them.
Well, Lane Kiffin won't be there. That's for damn sure.
Y'all came back to wow.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, because you flat out not telling the truth here.
I'm not telling the truth. Okay,
you're not telling the truth. But go ahead.
Yeah. We know how y'all move. But anyway.
Oh, y'all move
like some divas. You know how y'all move. I'm just ready for the Notre Dame meltdown. When you don't win it this year again. I'm just waiting for y'all podcast. All the crying gonna be in your podcast about how unfair you guys are being treated again, and we deserve better because we're Notre Dame, and we need to be on a pedestal because we're Notre Dame.
Well, clearly you didn't listen to my pod, but okay.
But anyway, we getting off topic.
We are.
Wasn't Notre Dame 10-2 last year?
Yes, that's correct.
Didn't they win 10 in a row last year?
That's correct.
You said you waited for them to do what, Coach T?
I'm gonna wait for the meltdown at the end of the season.
Where was the meltdown? They won 10 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait for the meltdown. The meltdown was after the season when they didn't get in.
Ah, okay.
They're gonna have another one this year when they don't win. It's gonna be like, oh, they out of there. Everybody's against us.
But you gotta admit, they won 10 in a row. That's fact, bro. They did win 10 in a row.
Blah blah blah. I'm just like, man. But somebody said they take their lumps like men and just get better. Somebody said that, but that's not what we're hearing from. But that's not what we're hearing from they camp. But anyway, as you guys were discussing, I don't like that from the head coach. You're at Michigan. You know that the questions about Ohio State was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been better prepared for it. I don't think he was prepared. I think it was sounding like he was stumbling on words and unsure what to say. Didn't want to piss nobody off.
Coach T, do you think he's trying to play nice?
I think he wasn't trying to piss Ohio State off. I think it was like, if I say the wrong, that's what I see as a coach. If I'm Ohio State, I'm like, oh, he sound like he's scared. All right, that's running up on their ass. If we don't score 30 in the first quarter, I'm subbing all my starters. That's what I'm going to say in the press conference, and I want to say before the game. Y'all better show this wuss over there on the sideline who we are. Welcome to the Big Ten.
Is that what they do at USC, bro?
This ain't got nothing to do with USC. I'm talking about me as a coach. This is what I would tell my players because they young men, so I can talk to them like, well, I can't talk to middle schoolers that way. They go home and tell their parents. Coach called up. The coach said we playing. He said, beat them like bitches, Mom. Get phone calls and shit. No, when I was coaching young men, I was like, look, you're going to treat them like the bitch they are. If we don't put up 30 in the first, well, I'll be I say first half. We don't put up 30 in the first half, I'm benching all my starters. We're going to show this dude who we are. That's just me. But, yeah, I'm just talking from a coach's standpoint. I don't like the way he answered the question.
I'm with you on that, Coach.
Harbaugh didn't duck the question when on his
Harbaugh's a little different though. Harbaugh's a little different. He's born and raised in that culture, and he played for Michigan. So that's a totally different ball.
He threw punches against Ohio State.
Right.
Hey, that's what you're supposed to do.
All right. But we gotta let you go, Coach T, man. I appreciate the call.
All right, Coach T. Thank you, man. He wants 30 or he's benching everybody.
I'll let him live on that. Ed Dog says, if they don't win this year, Cam Newton will be proving right. Who are they? Who are they?
Let's see if we go back.
It better not be what he's talking about.
Notre Dame?
It better not be that. It better not be that. Because I proved Cam Newton is another liar. I thoroughly dismantled him.
Nino says the SEC taking it back this year. All right, bro.
Yeah,
they're due. They're due.
That gauntlet, huh?
They're due.
Right. All right. Let's go ahead and let's move right along. Okay. And I'll let you run with this one, Sneed. I'll just start it off. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq the Diesel.
The big Aristotle. He is he's in let's say a little the big Shaq this. A little bit of hot water because
Why,
he
Bruce?
made the following statement. Quote, the good thing for LeBron, he did win one. But you know, Kareem got 6, Magic got 5, Kobe got 5, I got 4, Rambis got 3. So, you know, he's at the party, but he's not on stage, unquote. So he's making the point that LeBron James is not one of the all-time great Lakers. And I wholeheartedly agree. He's just not. Obviously, he's one of the all-time great players. There's no question there. There's no disputing that. But LeBron James is not one of the all-time great Lakers. Sneak, your thoughts?
Shaq's right. Shaq's right. He named players who accomplished more as Lakers. That's not a hard criteria to create. If I create a scoring rubric, here's what gets you a 5. Here's what gets you a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. The achievement level for the Lakers while LeBron was a Laker was the championship in 2020. He's right. He basically measured all of them based on the team achievement. And LeBron was in LA for 8 years. You can rattle off and name all the reasons why LeBron only won 1, but it doesn't change the outcome. It's 1.
There you go.
The metric is championships. The metric is team success. And the team is the Lakers. They have had an astonishing number of all-time great players in league history. That's what happens when you go to LA. He could have gone back to Cleveland. He could have played in Cleveland. He could have gone to some other team. He chose to go to the Lakers. That's how you get evaluated.
Yeah.
So Kareem won 5 or 6. Magic won 5.
Yeah.
Shaq won 3. Went to what? 4 finals?
As a Laker, yeah.
Kobe's got 5 rings. He had multiple championship runs consecutively, or I should say on 2 different occasions. He won 3 in a row with Shaq. He went to 3 finals in a row later and took 2 of them. Right. And I would say kind of, I don't know, revenge. Got the 2 championships after the loss. I mean, these guys did great things as Lakers for a long time. And the guys you're naming mostly are lifers.
Yeah.
Kobe's a lifer. Kareem got traded young to the Lakers. He became a Laker. You know, Magic is a Laker. And all they cared about was the Lakers.
Yeah.
Most of these guys. Like Shaq is the one guy who, because he found so much success very quickly, he gets to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
The Kobe, Magic, Kareem, they're 15, 17 seasons. Right? Did it what?
Magic was
played 13.
Magic was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never played for any other team.
He came back, right?
Never played for any other team.
Else.
Yeah.
Kareem played 15 years with the Lakers. Obviously, Kobe played 20 years with the Lakers. Jerry West played 14 years. So even if you never won Elgin Baylor, or you only won 1 Jerry West, those guys are still greater Lakers because of everything they did as Lakers. Their tenure as Lakers, it's different. So let's. Here's the thing that I always point to. LeBron has played longer for the Lakers than he's played for any other franchise. Does anyone really think of LeBron and think Lakers?
Well, let me ask you this. When did LeBron ever operate for the Lakers? I'll wait.
Right.
When did he ever say, this is for the Lakers?
Right.
When did he ever say, my commitment is to the Lakers? Look, everything about LeBron, and I don't really care. I know how people are. There's going to be the defenders and all that. LeBron is transactional.
Absolutely.
You do this, I do this. This is like a barter. It's like a trade system. I didn't see those Lakers that were named as like transactional like LeBron was. And LeBron did his job in LA.
Yeah.
Like he did.
Yeah.
The goal was to win a championship or championships, whatever that may be to someone.
Right.
He was a star for the team when they didn't have one after Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the back half of LA was pretty bad. Like he didn't really do much, right? The early exits in the playoffs and
For sure.
Getting swept by the Nuggets and all that. I get it, but he's older, and I have different expectations for players than some people do, and some people are just delusional, saying Lakers in 5 and all that. This is silly and stupid.
Lakers in 5.
But I never thought I really do think that when LeBron went to LA, he walked up and said, "It is a pleasure for you to see me here."
Right.
There wasn't a healthy respect for the Lakers.
I don't think so.
It was bow down to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. It's like kind of psychological, but the Lakers made it clear nobody's bigger than the Lakers.
Right.
And that's why they cut off the way they did at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was messy and ugly at the end, Bruce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron kind of dragged it out and they were ready to move on and they brought Luka and LeBron wasn't ready to move on. And then he just ugly, bad ending because he wasn't operating in the best interest of the Lakers. He was trying to operate the best interest of himself, but didn't know how to do the two things.
Right.
He didn't know how to be good for the Lakers and good for Bron. He only knew how to be good for Bron. His whole career, LeBron's only known how to be good for Bron.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's never been able to play both sides.
But when he was at his peak, that was enough, though, because he was that good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But my question is, just even keeping it more simple than that, do you know anyone that when you say LeBron, you think of LeBron as a Laker? I don't think anyone really thinks about him that way. Yeah, he won a championship there. Okay. He was there for 8 years. No one thinks of LeBron as a Laker.
So let me frame it to you like this then, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people see LeBron as a Cav.
I do.
I'll tell you why that logic is flawed.
Okay.
He left the Cavs the most.
Yeah.
He left the Cavs high and dry with the organization in shambles after building the team around him the way he wanted,
right?
Depleting all of their picks.
Mm-hmm.
And he left. Then he came back and he left again. So to say he's a Cavalier, it's transactional, Bruce.
Yes, but there's the...
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, he was a mercenary.
Yeah.
He went to Miami and just teamed up with the other two best players in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce, D. Wade was getting MVP votes.
Right.
Bosch was getting MVP votes.
Mm-hmm.
They were all pro players.
Mm-hmm.
And he left after 4 years. It wasn't enough. He left.
It's never enough.
He actually doesn't have a team. He's a nomad. He's what can you do for me? That's his team. What can you do for me? And if a team decides they want to pander to that and take the chance to try to win a chip, good for them. That's fine. I get it.
Right.
He won one in Cleveland. I get it. I understand it. It's transactional. What can you do for me? Now, the unfortunate part, Bruce, is after it's all said and done, his career is over. What is he? Is he really a Cavalier? Why? Because he was drafted there?
Yes. So he's drafted there. He had a very good opening run there. Goes back there, delivers their only championship. And obviously, while not from Cleveland, he is from Ohio, and that plays a role in the way people see it, right? We get it. He's from Akron, of course. But people see that as like all those things together, like, yeah, he's a Cav.
And it was the best Cavalier ever.
Yes.
He's the best Miami Heat player ever.
D. Wade? I don't know. I think it's a fair argument.
How many MVPs did LeBron win in Miami?
2. That's
two
fair.
Championships, 2 league MVPs.
That's fair.
In 4 years.
But is 4 years enough of a sample size to overwrite what D Wade did in his career. Wade County, remember?
So it's an argument.
Yeah, I think there's an argument.
So he played 4 years,
Mhm.
and D Wade played what? 12, 13,
Something like that. Yeah.
So he did what D Wade did in 1/3 the time.
That's-
And we're
that's
having this conversation. So yes, Bruce, this is a real thing. He is likely the best player to ever play in Miami.
So this is where we get back with the Laker argument.
He's not the
yes,
greatest
he's-
Laker ever.
Right, but while he's the best player that ever played in Miami, he's not the best Miami Heat ever. You see, I think he is the best player that ever played for the Heat, yes, but he's not the best Heat. It's like he may have an argument for being the best player to play for the Lakers. I don't think so, but I'm sure a lot of people think that's an argument. But he's not the best Laker ever. I think
Was LeBron ever the best player in the NBA playing for the Lakers?
No.
That is correct.
No.
That is correct. Was he the best player in the NBA for the Miami Heat?
Yes.
Was he the best player in the NBA for the Cavs?
Yes.
Some argue 2 different sessions. They would have said in 09 and 10. Some people were saying that. I disagree, but some people were saying that.
Right.
But definitely in his second run in Cleveland, he was peak Bron or whatever, right?
Yep.
He was not the best player in the NBA for the Lakers.
Right.
He won 1 championship for LA in 8 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do anything as a Laker that does anything to be better than the guys we listed.
Right.
He doesn't have a resume of achievement for the Lakers that puts him into that pantheon.
Right.
And then people will tell you, oh, well, he made all-star teams and he was all-NBA. So?
Right.
You mean to tell me that Eddie Jones is all of a sudden an all-time Laker because he made all-star teams?
No.
Or made an all-NBA defense, or just name any random Laker of just be like, okay, well, he had this all-NBA season or all-pro. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Personal achievement doesn't do it. Shaq said championships was the metric.
Yeah. Like, what did you do as a Laker? Yeah.
Because that's what they hang.
That's what they hang. No, I'm with you. I would have loved to hear Transformers' take on this. We may have to revisit this when he's here because I want to hear what these guys say. But yeah, so I think we're in agreement that as great as LeBron is, he's not an all-time great Laker.
Is that why he went to the Lakers? Did he go to the Lakers to become an all-time great Laker?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Because if that was the goal, I think he would have ingratiated himself to the fans more.
I agree.
Because there was always a rift between him and the Lakers fans.
Well, I think the Lakers are interesting, right? Because the older Laker fans are Magic Johnson guys. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Magic myself, as much as I hate it. The younger Laker guys are Kobe guys. So it's like, where would LeBron fit in there? You know what I mean? In terms of in endearing himself to the fan base, where would he fit in? Because remember, literally when he arrived there, Kobe had to tell the fan base, chill, he's one of us now, right? So it's like, where would he fit in? So I get it. I get why he has trouble with the fan base.
LeBron, this has always been his problem. I know it's subtle and I know it's nuanced.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron shits on the NBA fan.
I agree.
He doesn't respect the NBA fan.
I agree.
And I think it hurts the perspective people have of him. I think the all-time great players understood how important the fan was to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you see some people fight for legacy players.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you see some people push back on certain players. If you alienate fans, they will take shots at you every chance they get.
Mm-hmm.
If fans don't love you as a competitor, they're never going to respect you.
Right. Agreed. All right, let's go ahead. Let's open up phone lines, take a couple calls on this. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Let's get your thoughts on LeBron James and whether or not he is an all-time great Laker.
Oh, I figured it out, Bruce.
What's up?
If LeBron would have played for the Lakers from 1970 to 1978, he'd be an all-time great Laker.
How would
one championship between 1970 and 1978, he would have been an all-time great Laker.
Okay.
Because he would predate Kareem and Magic and Kobe and Shaq.
That's true. There you go.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Oh boy.
Who was you naming there, Sneak? Who would have been an all-time great Laker if they had won one championship?
I said if LeBron played for the Lakers from 1970 to 1978, so 8 years, and won the one championship, he would be an all-time great Laker because it would have been before all the other guys.
Oh, okay. So, who were the guys? Y'all help me in y'all own words and y'all own opinions. Who is an all-time great Laker? When Shaq said it, like, wait, is he talking about his rings? What is he talking about?
Yes, he said championships. That's exactly what he said.
Yes, championships, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Elgin Baylor is not an all-time great Laker, right?
Shaq is interesting. I have Elgin Baylor as an all-time great Laker. Shaq didn't mention him.
Yeah, because like that, because I'm trying to figure out, so what does that put? Because I know that some Laker fans will say Elgin Baylor is an all-time great Laker, even though he didn't win no championships. They didn't.
But watch this. But watch this, though, Eddie. And I'm being serious. I'm not being disingenuous. I have two questions for you, and they're so easy that you either say yes or no.
Oh, he's not going to answer these. I can tell you that.
Did LeBron love the LA Lakers? Did LeBron love the LA Lakers? Yes or no?
I will say yes, and here's why. When the tragic incident, God rest the dead to Kobe, when they had their game against the Portland Trail Blazers, he gave a speech, and he said F the speech and all that, and he gave his little speech. I would say that, so that's why I disagree with you on that one, though.
But he didn't even show up to Kobe's memorial. But anyway, all right.
Okay, yeah, Bruce. If some say he was there, some say he wasn't. You gonna agree with the people?
Why is there?
That's irrelevant.
But Eddie, why is there such a lack of clarity about that?
About what? That he was not there?
Yeah, why is that? How is that so difficult to figure out? Why is there lack of clarity in that?
Okay, because what? The cameras didn't put his face on there? I mean, because they didn't
put his face on everything else. Why isn't it
there? You go.
They put his face on. Okay, hold on. That's not true. They don't put his face on everything else. It was something else that happened. They did not put his face on.
Okay, Eddie. Now the second question is, so I asked you if LeBron loved the Lakers. The second question, so Lakers fans, Lakers culture. Did LeBron love it? You said yes. Okay, I disagree, but fine. Now let's turn it the other way around. Did the Lakers fans, Lakers culture love LeBron?
But now, see, if I say some, Bruce will say those are only LeBron fans. So that's a tippy tack. But majority will say no. So I can't sit up and just give you that's a yes or no question on that one. Because it's half and half. It's split. Two things can be true. Some want them gone. Some didn't. Bruce, why are you breathing hard? Can you?
Hey, dog, can you continue talking to Sneed? Why you messing with me? Talk to Sneed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I can't just say half-half. Some of them do, some of them didn't. But for you to say that he didn't embrace, I mean, hey, he gave a speech. I couldn't agree with you on that, man. I have to disagree with you on that. But hey, you're entitled to your own opinion on that. But as far as him being a great, but hold on. So, but as far as him being an all-time great Laker, no, he's not one. He's not.
What?
He's not an all-time.
That dog told the truth. All right. Okay.
No, Bruce, I am a truth teller. I know how to be respectful. I know how to, I mean, hey, even though I get disrespected in the chat.
Here we go.
I get called an effing liar.
Who called you an effing liar?
Matter.
Who called you an effing liar?
Hey, Eddie, can I agree with you. I have no arguments. But one of the strangest things that I remember from LeBron during the Lakers era was him working out at the Clippers facility.
Oh my God!
I just don't understand. I just don't understand how somebody could take a picture of that Clippers backdrop working out at their facility.
Okay, so but you do know that we think Kobe worked out in Boston when he was a Laker, right? I mean, he had the Boston shirt on. Come on, y'all.
That wasn't while he was a Laker. That was pre-draft workout. At dog, stop it.
Okay, but
oh my gosh!
It's a pre.
Yo, you tried. You really tried.
No. Hold on. It's a pre-workout draft, but he knew that he was not going there.
I would know. That's when, big reach. That's when he was working out for teams. He didn't know he wasn't going there. Stop it.
Dude, they might have a shirt.
Yo, Eddie, I can't, bro. Wow.
Hey, dog, you failed miserably there.
Y'all are really
epic fail.
That's crazy.
Dude, y'all are really
okay. Ed dog.
Worked out in the Clippers.
Before we
for 20-some years.
Ed dog, before we let you go, serious question. Back to LeBron and the memorial, right? If he was there, simple question, why when he was asked could he not answer yes or no he was or was not there? You remember that, right?
No, I don't remember that. I'm gonna go look that up.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
I mean, yeah, okay, but this is about him, not nobody else.
Okay,
of course, it always have to be about him. I'm not gonna go nobody else. We saw other.
The point is, he's not an all-time great Laker. Simple as that.
Point. That's right. The point is that he's not an all-time great Laker.
Right.
But my thing is this right here. Why did Shaq? So Shaq saying that Elgin Baylor is not an all-time great Laker neither as well.
I can't speak for what Shaq said. He didn't mention Elgin Baylor, so I can't speak to that
because Elgin Baylor doesn't have the chips. He made it very clear what his metric was.
Yeah,
it was championships and it was team success.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, yes, that's what I'm saying. Tip, but
I think there's a little more to it than that, but that's.
But he kept it simple. That's how he did it, right?
He kept it simple. He said the chip. He said the chip. Mm-hmm. So Elgin Baylor is not that, but
that's true because he didn't mention the logo either. So
I didn't even go there, but you had the logo on your whatever you got on front of there. So you had him on there.
Yeah,
got a Notre Dame player in there somewhere.
No, there's no Notre Dame player there. By the way, I'm only Notre Dame football. Like I don't do the other.
You got Austin Carr in there somewhere.
I mean, hey, look. I saw what. Hey, look. If Notre Dame do this is before I go, you will prove Cam Newton will be right, Bruce.
About what? About what?
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Calm down, brother. Calm down. That's all I got, brother. You know what?
No. You ain't gonna run like that. You're not gonna run like that. Cam Newton will be right about what?
Don't worry about it.
No. You said it. Cam Newton will not.
Can you please help? Sneak, help me out, bro.
No. You said Cam Newton will be right. I want to clarify and understand what you're saying.
Bruce, I'm trolling. Bruce, I'm just busting your chops, brother. Calm down, brother.
I just wanted to clarify what you were saying.
Okay, man. That's all I got, man.
I can point you to the shows I did, completely dismantling that lie.
I know you have, Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie, good call, bro. Good call. Except for the part where you lied on Kobe, bro.
And Cam Newton.
I know nothing about Kobe. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. All right,
okay. All right, man.
All right, what? Nino, what's good, brother?
What's going on with y'all guys? What up, Steve?
Maintaining, bro.
So if you say all-time great Laker,
yeah,
how many spots do you have on this all-time great? And that'll give me the answer.
Well, for me, I'll just Baylor. Some people would put Wilt, but I don't know that I would
because he went there so late and did so little.
Yeah. So I would say they played in the finals twice with Wilt, and they won one. But anyway, I would say I guess I'm sure some people.
How many slots do you have? How deep would you go?
I'll just say I know some people would say 10? I know some people would say Mikan, but I'll keep it simple because I'm not gonna like say the role players and stuff who were on those teams. So I say Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Kobe. Those are probably the main ones I would. Worthy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now that's where I was going. So I would say, did you say Shaq?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say now. Did you say Jerry West?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought I heard all the names. I would say Bron was definitely after them. Now, if that's where you stop at, then it's cool. But if you want to say all-time great Laker, and you look at it without the culture, I say, yeah, you gonna say look at the numbers, all that. But us just talking, if you ask me, is Bron just a Laker? I gotta agree with Bruce and Snead. I don't really look at him like a Laker.
If he won if he won 2 chips, Nino, that does change this conversation a little bit.
Maybe, but he's still.
I don't think so though. I
Still
don't.
3 chips.
Though.
3 chips.
Maybe 3.
3 chips, 100%.
3. Yeah, it has to be 3. Like I think 3 is that line. I think it has to be.
But
3.
I don't. It's still. I don't know. It just was. I'm more so what you said, Snead. It ain't even about. It wasn't about the wins and losses. Because I count chips a little lower than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else gonna start out with chips. I'm not just gonna go to chips.
Well, it depends. You know, if you've got a great team with you and chips are the expectation, the chips matter. Especially probably magnified, right?
It's always context to
right.
And it's a team thing.
How you got them, what type of roster construction was around you,
right?
What type of run you had to get to the championship. Yeah.
So Dirk Nowitzki has 1 championship, but people value the context of the chip so much it elevates his legacy.
Sure,
that's what I'm saying.
As it
now,
should.
see, in LA, this what has always been my problem when people say chip. If the Lakers, when they beat the Heat in the bubble, the Heat wasn't just that good team. That's what I'm saying. So if that competition was in the finals, his finals record would be better. But that's the point I'm making about even when they beat the Heat with no, even if they had Josh, they weren't beating the Lakers. They weren't beating the West. It just the chip, who they beat, him in LA. I look at it as Kobe time. I can't hit it. So, like when Bruce said about Wade, right? Bron's no doubt the best player, but if you ask me the all-time Heat, I gotta put. I'm thinking D Wade. It's like
I agree.
What they mean to the city, and I think that's what you were asking Ed a while ago, Snead. It's like when Bron got there, the core LA Laker fans, they was there cheering, but the overall, I don't think he had the overall city. The Kobe fans were with him. The Magic fans was on the board. So, and if you listen to the story with Magic, I think Magic kind of talked Bron into coming there thinking Magic was going to be there the whole time.
I don't think so.
And when Magic left, that's what Magic said. Magic said he had to talk. He talked to him, said, once I got him in there, told him, hey, you can win. We're going to win, and you can do all your business up here if you want to grow. And Magic said he told him, this is how I grew in LA. I grew all the businesses, told him about all the money he made, but then Magic got played and he left. So
yeah,
you know,
I think that I think that LeBron knew he wanted to be in LA for all the different things that he wanted to do. And I think he wanted to finish in LA, but obviously it didn't work out that way. But I don't think Magic convinced him to come there. I think he knew he was going there anyway. But it sounds good.
Was he going Lakers though?
Yeah. The Lakers, yes.
He was never going to play for the Clippers. Bro.
Yeah, nah. Like when you go to LA, nobody goes to LA hoping to play for the Clippers. The Clippers is a fallback plan. You know that.
That's why I was saying if you, I'm saying if anybody now, if this what y'all accuse Bron of, if Bron makes his own team and get players in there, the Clippers would have been safer. If Bron went to the Clippers, I feel like we'll be saying he's the all-time Clipper. The Lakers, he wasn't gonna never be there in LA with the Lakers, never.
Right.
So I'm agree with y'all. I'm gonna say he's not an all-time great Laker.
There you go. Appreciate the call, Nino.
All right.
All
right, sir.
Coach T, go ahead, call back. Let's take your call, and then we'll get on to the final topic. Yeah, waiting to hear from Coach T.
It's a high bar, bro.
It is. It
is.
You
know, like to be an all-time great Celtic, you must have chips. Sorry, bro.
It's a tough place to be.
D. Brown was a great player.
Yeah.
Love D. Brown.
Yeah.
He doesn't qualify as an all-time great Celtic, bro.
Nah, being an all-time great Celtic is different. What's up, Chief?
What's up? Hey, Bruce.
Yes, sir.
I will actually disagree.
Okay. Of course you will.
I'm going with my heart and I'm going with my head.
Let me hear this.
In my heart, hell no, he ain't no all-time great Laker. Because he didn't really do nothing for LA.
Right.
But in my head, I have to look at what he did. So I'm kind of like with Nino. He's an all-time great, but he's like way on the bottom end of the great part.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like all the way on the bottom of the spectrum.
Right.
He's a great, but he's all the way back there. Because when Nino mentioned James Worthy, I was like, Worthy did have a Finals MVP with the Lakers, right?
Yes.
So I credit him that, but as far as him, he's all time great, but he's on the bottom of the list of the all time greats. So that's basically what I'm saying. If I just went just hard, just as an instinct as a Laker fan, hell no. Because see what you do as a Laker fan. It's good that what you did over there, but you got to do it here. And if you didn't do it here, it don't matter. He didn't win one, so I put him all the way at the bottom. Like he's at the bottom.
No, I agree.
So is he a Laker great? Yeah, but he's on the other end, like Shaq said.
Right, but that's exactly what Shaq said. Like, yeah, he's in the room, but he's not on the stage, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Magic.
Right.
Wait, I grew up watching Magic, and I think he's the great. I think he's the greatest Laker than me.
I do too.
Whether he's trying to go back with Kobe, I'm not mad at Kobe.
Correct.
But I grew up with Magic. I'm gonna be a little Magic biased, then Kobe, then Kareem, and then however else you want to do. You know. But so I disagree. I get what you're saying, but he's at the end. He's at the end of the greats.
Yes, that's correct.
So he's the bottom barrel, but he's a great, but he ain't all the way up there.
Right. No, that you hit it exactly on the head. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chief.
Well,
Appreciate it, man.
I'm gonna let Coach get in there.
Yeah. He's trying to get in. I don't know. Coach T been trying to get in. Definitely want to get his take.
Okay.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Coach T, call back.
So Chief wants tears.
That's fair though.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, freaking Magic is the one. What's up, Coach T?
What up, Bruce? Man, why you sound exhausted?
Coach T, go ahead, man.
We're almost at a 2-hour mark. Yeah, I mean.
All right. So I'm gonna answer a question that was asked earlier. What makes an all-time great Laker?
Somebody who lost to the Celtics in the finals? Just saying. See, Sneed always instigating. Go ahead, Coach.
The revenge. Game 7 revenge. Okay.
Carry on, Coach T. Carry on.
Yeah, we can do this all day, Bruce.
Coach T, go ahead,
I'm
man.
not the one that be trying to take cheap shots.
Coach
bro.
T, go ahead. Say what you got to say, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got you back in 2010.
Oh my gosh!
But what makes an all-time great Laker? It when you put on that Laker uniform, there's a lot of pressure that goes with it because of the pedigree. Even before they moved to LA, they already had a dynasty in place, thanks to George Mikan. Magic kind of brought it back with the rivalry with Bird and winning multiple championships, brought that lure back, and he kind of set the blueprint going forward because his attitude was championship or bust, and that has been the Lakers. That has been the Lakers' metric ever since. So, when it comes to being an all-time Laker, yes, championship success matters the most because that is the Lakers' standard. After that, you got to have moments that make people remember you. You got to have moments. Like Derek Fisher has that 0.4 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Ory has that tip back and step in three to save the Lakers season against the Kings. You got to have those moments. Those make you all time great Lakers. Kobe has multiple moments. Shaq had his moment. All those guys, Coop, and Ramos was beloved as a Laker too. He's an all-time Laker great because Ramos,
because he got clothesline, bro. Really?
He got the love of the crowd because he got effed up and he got up and showed toughness.
Quick side note. Had that been LeBron, he'd have rolled around for about 5 minutes like he got shot from the grassy knoll. You know that, and I know that.
I'm not about to do that. You're gonna have somebody in the check call right after
I'm
me.
just saying,
and go at your neck for that.
You know, and I know that's true, but go on.
I'm not. This is not the topic of conversation.
Fair enough. This is not the topic.
This is not the topic of the conversation.
No, you're right.
That's why Rambis, got it. Pat Riley's an all-time Laker.
Yes.
Will forever be an all-time Laker, no matter what he does in Miami. Laker fans. Jack Nicholson's an all-time Laker. He's not even a damn player.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's not hard.
What the hell is
to
that?
get the love of the city. You just got to give them a reason to. Now, LeBron's tenure with the Lakers, he would have been treated a whole lot different if he would have embraced the city. When he came here.
But that was Snead's point, though. LeBron doesn't care about that. He wants everyone to embrace him. He's not going to embrace anyone.
It doesn't work with the Lakers because
I know that.
It doesn't work with the Lakers. I said this back in 2018. We are the Lakers. You got to give the city a reason to love you. We're not just going to love you. We don't love nobody just because they name. We might be happy that you signed, but you still got to prove it to us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Luka's going to find that out too.
Yeah.
Like we're happy that you signed with us. Yeah. But still, you got to prove it to us.
Okay. Let's stay on topic and let's not turn this into a Laker Glaze.
I am on topic.
We're talking about all-time great Lakers.
No, don't. No, hell, hold up. Hold up. Don't be trying to head dog me, bro.
Oh my God.
Don't be trying to head dog me, bro. You're not. You
put up the book.
Somebody was playing that Glazes Magic every chance he gets. No, we don't want to go there.
No, I give Magic the respect that is due to him for his greatness.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Give him respect that is due. Don't be trying to use that glaze word that you just learned. That you just learned 2 years ago. You don't even know what it really means. But since you're a Celtics guy, let me ask you this. KG only won one chip in Boston. Yeah. Why is he more loved in Boston than LeBron is in LA? And they got the same amount of championships.
I think because KG endeared himself to Boston. Him
exactly. You ain't got to say nothing else.
Mr. Russell and
Bruce, you ain't got to say nothing else. That is the difference. LeBron never show love to the city. And he made it even worse when he people would say that's Kobe disrespect. They say he didn't go to the funeral. He didn't go to the memorial. He didn't go to the statue unveiling. A lot of people there's a lot of crazy, I'll admit it, there's a lot of crazy Kobe fanatics in LA. That pissed them off even more. So a lot of the moves he did kind of turned him off. That is why he's not an all-time Laker. It's his fault he's not an all-time Laker. He would have been if he would have embraced the city. We would have put him in there, in the room with the all-time Laker greats, like we did Jerry West, like we did everyone else that endured themselves to the city. Even Elgin Baylor, he didn't even win a chip. So you don't have to win a chip to be labeled an all-time Laker great. You just got to get the love of the city, because the city determines who's going to be an all-time Laker great, not the franchise.
Hey, Coach T, I agree with you 100%, but we're going to have to move on to this last topic because we're already at 2 hours.
Oh, I already landed my plane, Steve.
I'm with you. I agree with you 100%. Your take, I agree.
Hey, we both, never mind, I ain't even going to go there. I agreed with you earlier. Now you agree with me.
It's a crazy day. Thanks, Coach T.
Yeah.
Thanks.
From one coach to another.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bruce. Love your show.
Appreciate it.
I might call in on the last topic.
All right, brother. All right, we're gonna get to that in a second, but real quick, Ed Dog, what are you talking? Why you keep bringing up this speech? You keep bringing up this speech. We established out the gate on this very episode that LeBron is a liar. Don't tell me nothing about what that dude says. We watched him lie to us, and then we saw his teammate tell, "Cut it out, man, cut it out." All right, final topic. Ridiculous. All right, so let's give LeBron some credit. We've been, kind of being a little tough on him. Let's give him some credit. In certain ways, I think that LeBron is still the guy. And what do I mean by that? It's proven by the TV people. It's proven by the advertisers. It's proven by the league itself. So even though he's not the same player he once was, even though the Lakers kind of, hurt his feelings by saying, "Hey, we're not going to pay you what you want. You can move on. Thank you, sir. We're no longer in the LeBron business." At the same time, LeBron is kind of still the guy. He was able to hold the league hostage during this offseason by waiting to decide where is he going to go. Once he did decide where he's going to go, he was able to immediately upon that sell his jersey out. And what did it take, 30 minutes for his jersey to sell out, I think, on NBA.com. So there's that. Immediately, we saw the schedule get finished up, and that's kind of where we're going to go in a second. But there's a lot of things going on there. We see LeBron still doing his Geppetto thing now. LeBron in clutch in Cleveland, not Cleveland. I'm sorry, in Philly. And now we hear the rumors that Rich Paul may be bringing back Ben Simmons to play in Philly. This is crazy. I think they want an entire clutch roster. This is come on, man. At the end of the day, LeBron he still moves the needle, Sneed. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Whether people love him or they hate watch him or they want to buy his stuff or they want to burn his stuff, whatever it may be, LeBron is still the guy. And the main reason that I brought this up, just kind of looking at the schedule and whatnot, we saw, and you and I talked about this offline, Sneed, we saw opening night, the Knicks, the defending champion New York Knicks, who nobody's talking about, which is freaking crazy, but the defending champion New York Knicks will host LeBron and his team, the 76ers. And then we also saw Christmas Day, LeBron and the Sixers will play against the Lakers. And that right there actually kind of makes sense. That's one of the most watched days on the NBA calendar. And you have, basically a coast-to-coast audience there, right? You got the West Side with the Lakers. And, of course, there's a lot of Laker fans nationwide, but, mostly on the West Coast. And then you got the East Coast with the Sixers. And, LeBron has tons of fans on his own from whatever team that may be. But it's just interesting to see, the league knows that he is still the guy that people want to see, whether they love him or they hate him. Go ahead.
It's storylines, right? It's the narratives, it's the stories that follow LeBron that are so marketable.
Mm-hmm.
And you have his extreme fans who follow him around. You have the people who don't like him. They're still watching. They want to see him fail.
Right.
So you have those that want to see him succeed. You have those who want to see him fail. You have those that are just trying to watch the end of his career, right? They're just this could be the last year of LeBron, whatever. It's just a lot of stories that go with it, and stories sell.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the commissioner, Adam Silver, was trying to get LeBron to do his team pick and declare it so that way they could set the schedule because they wanted to make these games.
Right.
High profile games, high profile teams in those big leverage primetime moments. Bro, the NBA collective bargaining agreement, how they set up the pay and how they split revenue.
Right.
A bulk majority of these dollars are being made in these high leverage moments, these big matchups.
Yes.
Because that's where the advertising revenue becomes premium. So he's a big reason for that. Nobody's going to question LeBron's ability to move the needle.
That's right.
Absolutely not. That won't be entertained or echoed here, at least.
Correct.
I know some people would say that he's not a draw. I mean, obviously he is.
That's absurd.
He is.
Love him or hate him, like him or dislike him, LeBron is clearly still one of the main draws.
He's not the basketball player he used to be, but that's not the conversation.
Correct.
Right? Those are two different things.
But I think that's problematic for the NBA, actually, because remember, it took the NBA some years, probably, till LeBron really kind of got going at his peak level. And then, of course, with Kobe really, really killing once MJ finally stepped away for good. And even if you look at during the time that MJ stepped away to play baseball, or you look at the time that MJ retired after The Last Dance, because the NBA had not done a good job of preparing us with a successor. Right now, obviously, no one can legitimately be the successor to MJ, but they hadn't done a good job of preparing us for like the next wave of stars or the next star. So I think you're kind of seeing the same thing happening here, which is why, even though there's some great young star talent in the league, but that's why the NBA still seems obsessed with hanging on to your LeBrons and your Steph Currys and your Kevin Durant's. It's like, you got great young players in the league. Let them cook. These old dudes, all right, cool, but let the young cats cook. Cade Cunninghams and SGAs and Joker and all these guys that people want to see play. What's my Wemby? There's Ant Edwards. There's a ton of young talent that people really want to see that they're very enthralled with, but the NBA wants to hang on until LeBron is coming out with a walker. But it's like just
well, what I think is the way to go is to make those the matchups. The legacy star versus the up and coming star.
Yeah, I would say that would be a good thing.
And whether they get exposed or they don't, who cares? That's the cinema.
Yeah, no. I just think the NBA, to me, needs to do a better job of prepping that. That's just my thought.
I don't think I don't think that they, how do I put this? Because I don't want to be misunderstood. I blame the NBA for not prepping and really marketing their stars outside of the one guy, right?
Yeah,
so there was the one guy and they rode that cash cow for a long time.
Right.
But up and even till like the last year, like Christmas Day has been Steph and LeBron.
Yeah.
How is that your main draw? How? Like, what were you doing this whole time?
Right.
Like you could have did so much more the previous year to prepare this upcoming year. Like now you have it. Now you have the Thunder and Spurs dynamic.
I was about to say, are Thunder and Spurs playing on Christmas this year? They better.
So you got Thunder and Spurs dynamic. You got
that's big.
Yeah, you got Sixers, Celtics. You got Sixers, Knicks. Like there's things there that you could do with other stars. You need them, and you need them both winning. Like I don't know. You know how the NFL has rivalries.
Yeah.
And college football has rivalries. Like rivalries in the NBA would be nice.
Yeah.
And we need more than one or two.
But it's the way that the NBA is marketed, right? There's so much more marketed towards individual players than teams, and the fact that you have so much player movement now.
That's not
harder to really. You don't think so?
They hug too much.
Well, that too.
Players hug too much.
Agreed.
And it's unfortunately that's the side effect of all this. They hug after games too much.
But that's why we're so. That's why
they patronize and they hang out and they it's.
But that's why we love the Thunder and the Spurs, because those two teams really
They don't hug and they don't hang out, and
Right. Yeah, they dislike each other a lot. So
I'm really, really hoping the Miami Heat, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis. I hope they get a little mean, bro, because I think they have the potential to be a very good defensive team.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what that turns into against some of these other upper echelon Eastern Conference teams. Like let them beat the Knicks one time by beating up the Knicks. Let them beat up on the Sixers one time, like some physicality and some tough defense.
I don't know if the league is going to allow that, though.
I'm just talking about getting stops and winning games on defense.
I got you.
And if it gets a little chippy and physical, so be it.
Well, that's what you want to see and I want to see, but I guarantee you there's people in this very chat who want nothing to do with physicality. Well, they want up and down 140 to 150. That's what they want to see.
But in an organic competition, things happen.
Yeah.
And fierce competition is good entertainment. It's better than daps and hugs and stuff after the game and hanging out patronizing each other.
Agreed. But it's a different culture now, man.
Bro, do you know how much I respect Russell Westbrook? And you know why I respect Russell Westbrook? He's retired.
Because he
probably should have talked about it, but he stands on business, bro. He's not the greatest player ever.
No.
He's not a great shooter. He's not the most skilled player, but he's a fierce competitor who understands the nature of the game, is to compete. And I think fans value that approach. We need some of that this year, Bruce. We have an opportunity here.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's go ahead and take calls on this final topic. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. LeBron is still the guy. Do you believe that's a good thing or a bad thing for the NBA? And what can we do to fix it if you think it's a bad thing? What's up, Sean?
Man, what's up, Bruce? What's up, Sneeze?
Sean,
can't call in on the last topic, but I was still kind of mad on today's news.
Not me.
Of course, hey, you got Paul George though, man.
Hey,
you
man,
know,
why
you got to run this club and land to stop right around the wheelchair. So, but about that, man. Nah, bro, LeBron ain't that guy. What were you talking about? He's 42 years old. I know who's that guy with Victor Wembanyama.
Yes, but
Shoot,
LeBron
you
is
have
still the guy,
Jokic. Man, he ain't that guy, bro. Hey, let's cut the chit chat, man. This is just nothing but clutch monarchy, man. Like, I get it, man. You're in your team. You know, you have your clutch sports clients. You know, you have your posse that's with you. You know, ain't nothing but clutch sports party. I get it.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, that ain't nothing, bro. Like, people already look at anyone else before you, bro. I mean, you got your minions with you that's gonna watch your games. I ain't gonna watch your games. You know what I mean? I'm not wasting my time hate watching all that, even though I actually can't stand them. I'm not what he watching. No. You know, I'd rather watch Victor Wembanyama. I'd rather watch Nicole Jokic. I'd rather watch anyone else before I actually watch a 76.
Most people, Sean, would not agree with you. You know that, and I know that. LeBron still moves the needle, Sean. You know that.
You know what they say, man? When it comes to Cavs, they always follow the milk, regardless if it's spoiled or not.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again. I've never heard that. Say that again.
I said that, hey, when it comes to Cavs, they always follow the milk, spoiled or not. You always have to need something to drink.
Whoa. All right. Okay. That's a new one.
Hey, I land my plane there.
All right. Appreciate the call, Sean.
All right, Sean.
All right, no problem.
He said when it comes to calves, they'll always follow the milk, whether it's spoiled or not. That That's something. I've never heard that before. Okay.
Was Sean raised on a farm?
I've never heard that. That's
I think Sean's an LA guy, bro. They got farms out there, bro.
I don't know. That's interesting. Maybe that's like a Nigerian saying or something. Maybe it's that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Never heard that one. I'll remember that. All right, but looks like we're done for the night. We appreciate all you guys who stayed with us through the chat, who called in. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. Make sure you share the show, and we out. Peace.